Hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to a 4-game special. It's a big episode today. We've got both legs of the Europa League first knockout round against Baník from the Czech Republic. We're then taking on Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayern Munich as well, who are first and second in the Bundesliga table. We are sitting third. It's a big episode. Win all these games and we set ourselves up for a fantastic end to the season. Lose them all and it's, well, season over pretty much actually if we lose all the games. So it's a huge episode today. Should also point out as well that I'm going to be streaming from 7 p.m. tonight over on twitch.tv/TomFM. Links down in the description. Of course, if you're watching this and it goes past 7 o'clock, just pause the video, come watch the stream. It'll be good fun. We'll have a great time playing some Football Manager, maybe some F1 as well if you guys want that as well. Right, also I do have to get through these games pretty quickly, or at least some of them, and then pause and then come back later on because the real life F1 is due to start in about an hour or so. But I need to go and pick up my friend as well to give him a lift to my house to watch it, and we have to watch it together basically. So he's got to come over. I've got to go and get him. So, and I can't keep wasting time by explaining things like that. Let's get into it. So last time you were here for the 5-4 win over Cologne, huge win there. After that, we then had a 2-1 win in the league against Bayer Leverkusen, Jezovic and Moravsky getting the goals in that one, before they got their own back by beating us on penalties in the third round of the German Cup. A little disappointing to go out fairly early on in that cup, but it means we can focus on the league and of course the Europa League as well. We then had a really disappointing 1-1 draw with bottom of the table Freiburg. That was a game that on paper we should be winning all day every day, but actually we struggled in that game quite a bit. Adeyemi scored late on in that game and we looked like we were going to lose it for quite some time, so a draw, not the worst result in the world actually, given how we played, but we did pick things up against Werder Bremen with a 2-1 win, Kidrich and Rogler on the score sheet there. Heading into the Europa League then, this is the entire draw as you can see, so teams like Liverpool, us, Dynamo Moscow, Tottenham, maybe already being seen as the favourites for this one. But there are some interesting draws like Legia Warsaw versus Ferencváros. Like either one of those teams could go through. Some interesting draws in here. Ludogorets Amiens, like who could go through there? That's a pretty interesting draw. So hopefully we see a few easier teams go through that we might be able to play in the next round to avoid teams like Liverpool and Tottenham and stuff like that. This is the lineup we're going to go for, though, against Baník. It should be a routine victory, but of course they are here on merit, so they must be a decent side as well. So we've got to bear that in mind as Andre Luis starts in goal with a backline of Buncevic, Blažević, Diogo and Ferraro. Moravsky and Clan forming a very nice partnership in the middle. They've played really well all season and are going to continue to play well. I said gonna quite a few times there, didn't I? They're going to continue to play well, hopefully, in today's episode. Jezovic, as per usual, starts on the left, Kidrich through the middle, and Trincao on the right-hand side. This time he's been playing fairly well on the right hand side, so I think we'll give him the start today. And Rogler, of course, up to 18 goals now, starts up front. Let's get into 20 goals in today's episode. That would be perfect. Oh no, has it happened again? We've literally just given Shitty a new contract. Where has he gone? Hold the front door right now. Sacked. Who sacked him? Literally, who sacked him? Director of football. Was it you? I mean, he's telling me about it. I'm assuming that he's the one that's done it, if he's telling me about it. Because we saw last episode, it kept saying for ages, oh, we can't get rid of him because he just joined the club. So we gave him a new contract. That's what I did last time. Gave him a new contract. He signed the new contract. And literally a week ago, he left. So I must have missed it in the Werder Bremen game, but... Oh... Shitty gel. Why is... And again, he's going to be cross, isn't he? Right, well, first and foremost then, this guy, Marcus Krosch, is now my worst enemy. My absolute worst enemy. I hate him. So, terminate his contract, please. Oh, I've got to wait till after the game now to sort this out. Oh, this is... I'm not happy now. What a terrible way to start today's episode off. The thing is, I always just spam through the news. I just go quickly through it because I can't be asked to read everything, which is a bit of a lazy way to play Football Manager, isn't it? But when you're recording stuff and you've got to get through things quickly, like I had done this past weekend, you just spam through stuff and you miss things. And must have missed Shitty Gel leaving the club, or being sacked. But we know who sacked him now. Obviously it's the same thing that happened last time. He's been sacked by someone who shouldn't have the authority to sack him because I have control of everything. So I don't know why he keeps getting sacked. We know maybe who's done it now, and he's going to feel my full wrath. How dare he? How dare he question my judgment, my authority? He's just he got away with it the first time. Oh, Andre, I'm so sorry, my friend. I mean, this kind of thing just should not happen. It shouldn't happen, especially to a man like Andre. I mean, what's he done wrong? Nothing. He's done more for the club than this bloody lad has, whoever he is. I can't remember his name now. I don't even care about his name. I do, because I always want to... Every football manager now, every single football manager, I am going to ruin his life. Because he deserves it, doesn't he? But the players, they need to know this now. I mean, we're having not a terrible game, 14 shots and 0 shots, but we're just not scoring the goals, which is rather frustrating. So a good game, but a bad game. Finally, it's offside. You hate to see it. The assistant referee's not moving. It's offside. See, the players are really affected by this. They are massively affected by the loss of Andre. And it's really thrown a spanner in the works here. Andre. We'll get him back at some point, which I know is not what you guys want. You guys keep telling me to sack him. But no, I'm remaining vigilant. It's my save. It's my career mode. It's my football manager. I'll sign him. In the interim period, though, we might have to get an assistant manager in for like a year's contract or 6 months contract, because it is a little bit bad not having an assistant manager with us the entire time. At least we've gone 1-0 up. Clan is fighting for Andre. Clan is doing a good job. So thank you, Clan, for stepping up to the mark. Unfortunately, Jezovic not playing very well. So Adeyemi will go on the right-hand side. We'll just swap him and Trincao over like that. Kidrich not having the best game either, actually. So Aruda, on you come. See what you can do with your 20 million passing attribute, which you've got. But with 10 minutes to go, we are going to win the game, as Banik haven't had a single shot against us. 2-0 by look of things now, as Rogler gets his 19th of the season. That's good. If we can just get another one before half-time, I think that might put the results beyond all doubt. But we aren't going to get another goal. We've got a second leg to come, obviously, but no away goals for Banik, which is great. We've got a 2-goal head start, so I think we should be heading through to the second knockout round pretty easily. Interestingly, Dynamo Moscow losing. I thought they would be favourites against Benfica just because we have the Russian leagues loaded up, but they've lost to Benfica there. Ludogorets thrash Amiens, Liverpool thrash Copenhagen, Legia thrash Ferencváros. Pretty close between Krasnodar and Valencia, but Krasnodar edge it out. Monaco and Tottenham draw, but a huge 6-0 win for Porto there. And then, of course, in the second round, the second knockout round, we're going to have the teams who topped the groups, didn't they, actually? So if you look at all groups, Maribor, Sevilla, Werder Bremen, Celtic, they're clubs that won their group and they go straight into the second knockout round. So potentially we could be drawn against some of these clubs, which might be difficult. Here we go. Director of Football has been sacked. You love to see it. He's been here a long, long time. And this is what I mean. He's been here such a long time. He was scared to lose his authority. You know, I've done the club a favour by getting rid of this poisonous snake. Give him a nickname of the poisonous. I think I spelled poisonous wrong there, haven't I? The venomous. I can spell that. I think I spelled that right. Snake. Let's call him that. The venomous snake. If I'm honest with you, I think he's worse than Oliver Buff, who is a bad lad anyway. So you know, this is serious. Either way, in all that confusion, I have forgot to rest the players. I'll do that very quickly. Training, rest, 1 day. We'll do that, and then we'll get round to this Borussia Mönchengladbach game, which we need to be winning, really. Now, we played well against Banik there. It's the best formation that we've got right now, so I'm not going to change formation. I think we leave it as it is. But if we beat Borussia Mönchengladbach, we will go ahead of them in the table, as Bayern Munich have just beaten Werder Bremen 3-0, which is why they are now 6 points clear of us. So if we beat Borussia Mönchengladbach, 3 points gap to Bayern Munich, beat Bayern Munich, we won't go ahead of... We might go ahead of them if we get a big goal difference swing, but I doubt that will happen. But we could be level on points with them by the end of today's episode if we keep winning games, and that puts us up for a really big title push for the end of this season. Do I want to make changes? Yes. I want to bring Aruda on for Kidrich, just because I think his passing ability might help us out a little bit going into this game as well. So that'd be quite useful to have, I think. But other than that, I'm reluctant to make too many changes. I think we try and keep it relatively the same, just to have that continuity still a little bit. So kickoff is upon us. Come on, lads. Let's get the win here today as Diogo into Blažević. Blažević into Haris Buncevic. We're less than 90 seconds in the game. If we can get a goal within 90 seconds, that would be insane. As Jezovic on a run right now. Into Haris Buncevic. Haris back to Murovski. Murovski, just wide of the post. Great start to the game for us, though. If we can keep this level of energy up, keep this level of pressure up. If we can get a ball through to Rogler. He just puts too much on it to get over the bar there. But a great start from us. This is more like it, lads. Much more like it, as we can't quite get the ball cleared properly there as we give it back to Borussia Mönchengladbach, looking for their first real attack of the game. They get it into the area. Andre Luis with a good save, though. Keep it up, lad. Andre Luis has been a superb signing for us. I don't know what we'd do without him. If we didn't have him, we would not be in, or wouldn't have had Champions League football this season. We wouldn't be fighting for the title this season. He's made so many crucial saves for us. Now, ordinarily, I would say a 0-0 draw or a draw against a Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are, fighting for the title, isn't too bad. But considering that we need to win the title, as Rodrigo scored his 17th goal of the season. He's got quite a few of them from that left wing. We have to win this game. We really have to win it, considering, we're in the second half of the season now. It's getting late on. We need to beat them. It's a good goal for... who's letting him free there? Is that Ferraro? Who is it? Ferraro letting him free. Poor from you, lad. And as we approach half-time, we're losing it. 1-0. Aggressively, show me something else in the second half. Tactically, we're going to go attacking as well. Let's do that. We've got to hit the blocks. Hit the blocks running. What am I trying to say? Hit the ground running. I don't know where the blocks come from, but hit the ground running in the second half, which we've not really done because let's say that we've had a few shots. We're not really troubling anyone right now. Get creative again. Come on, tactics. None of our front four are playing very well at all. So I think what we do, Constantine, on you come as a complete forward on support. In possession, let's work the ball into the box a little bit. Focus play down the left and right. Really try and overload it a little bit. Wing back on attack. Inside forward on attack. Let's overload it a little bit. Let's really go for this now. And actually, let's go very attacking as well. We've really got to push and try and get something out of this game. But it's not happening. Show some passion out there. Come on. Commit the bodies forward, lads. Why are we not having highlights? Finally, a highlight, but it's going straight to the Borussia Mönchengladbach players as they play it around the back. Are they going to lose possession? No, they're going to keep possession and sort of make use of that gap in the midfield that we sort of left by pushing so many players forward. And it's not worked out too well as Rodrigo's shot blocked. Okay, that's good. Trincao on the attack now. Come on. Do something clever with this. Don't do anything silly as he nearly does something silly with it. Murovski into Clan back to Murovski. Constantine shoots, and what a bloody finish that is. Constantine only his fourth of the season, but he comes up when he needs to. He comes up when it's big, and that was a big moment there. What a goal from Constantine. Just thwack into. You can't get more top corner than that, can you? Cannot get more top corner than that. Let's get creative. Let's get another goal. And here it is. Clan. Rogler. Goal. Come on. That is what we needed. 100%. That is. Oh, it's going to VAR. It's offside. Oh, you hate to see it. We've got another chance, though. As Rogler, Haris Buncevic in the middle. Clan can't get it. And here come Borussia Mönchengladbach now on a counter-attack. Committing men forward. We've not got many men back as... How has that happened? I know it's happened. I know how it's happened. It's us committing too many men forward and not leaving it. Well, I say that. This should not have happened. Defensively, what are our centre-backs doing here? What is Diogo doing? That is Diogo. What is Diogo doing there? And here I am saying that our centre-backs are like the best in the league. But clearly not. Oh, it could have been so different. If that goal had counted, not been offside, we'd have won this game 2-1. Instead, we've lost it. And we've lost real ground in that title fight. We've got to beat Bayern Munich now. We've got to beat Bayern Munich. Otherwise, we are not winning the title this season. Haris Buncevic banned for the next league game against, of course, Bayern Munich, which isn't great. We'll rest these players as well before we take on Banik once again. Training, rest. One day, but that's not ideal at all. Really not ideal. I think things will be better next season when we bring in some proper wing backs. I'm scouting them all out now. Every wing back you could possibly imagine. I'm scouting them out. so next season we can spend all our transfer budget. How much are we going to have next season, projection-wise? End of... Oh, it's not looking great. £86 million. Not as much as it has been, but I guess it will improve once we get all our prize money through this season from various different competitions. Could we get £100 million for finishing in the top 4 in the Bundesliga? It's huge amounts of money, so that should increase a bit. But I want to be spending a lot of money on some wing backs. Very aware, actually, that is very risky. Very risky that a tactical change and spending a lot of money on 2 players essentially. It's a big risk if it doesn't work out. But I think defensively, we've got 3 really good centre-backs that obviously didn't show it in that game against Borussia Mönchengladbach right at the end there. But ordinarily, they are one of the best in the league, I would say. So I really feel like they can do something decent. I'm not going to change too much of a line. I think Dorble will come on from Morovsky to give him some game time. I also want to give Adeyemi a bit of a run down that right-hand side of the pitch. These guys down here, I'm not too fussed about, really. It's more the guys on the bench. Depatka, let's get him on for this game instead of Diogo. Let's see what he can do. In fact, Diogo has got a strong left foot. Let's swap him and Blažević over for this one, just to see how Diogo and Depatka line up against each other, or with each other. I've got to say, I really think our weakness is the wings. I know Djezjevic is quality, a very good player, but he's not the same player as he was last season, as you can see. You know, last season contributed a whole lot more to goals. This season, not so much, which is a little bit of a shame, really. And I think that's maybe where we've let ourselves down a little bit. Our wingers haven't been as good this season. But if they can turn up against Banik today and get us through to the next round of the Europa League, then all will be forgiven and we can, you know, progress in that competition. I'm just aggressive. Let's go aggressive. A team like ours should be winning this game comfortably, and I expect us to go out here and win this comfortably. I really think we've got a great chance of winning the Europa League this season. Obviously, Depatka with a great goal there from that corner. Fantastic corner, free kick, Aruda's corner. What am I saying? Aruda's free kick, Depatka's header, back of the net. Great stuff there. I think the only team that might be able to stop us from winning the Europa League this season is Liverpool, because they are traditionally just really strong in every Football Manager game. They've got some very, very good players in their side. I know they do, because I've looked through it, because obviously we tried to get Zoltan Horvath. We did get him last season on loan, so I've looked at the Liverpool squad. I know it's very strong. They're the only team that I think I'm properly worried about. So hopefully we don't meet them. Hopefully they get knocked out by someone along the way. But they were winning comfortably, weren't they? And if we look right now, still winning comfortably 5-0 on aggregate. I mean, they've got Esposito and Traore in their team. Both very, very good players. Obviously, they're not so good at the start of the game because they're like 12 years old. But once you get to this stage of the game, they are some of the best players in the world. So I'm not quite sure how Liverpool got in the Europa League and not in the Champions League anymore. But they're a very strong side. 60 minutes on the clock, though. We need to get another goal just to make this a little bit more comfortable as we put that ball over the bar from that cross. A bit too close to the goal there, actually, that cross. It was a bit further away. That might have gone in the back of the net as the header went up rather than down. Again, Adeyemi just picked up a knock. I was about to say he's not playing well. The winger's just not really getting much out of the games at the moment, are they? But Adeyemi injured. Hopefully that's not too bad as we bring Trincao on for him. Rogler off. Constantine on as well. And Kelly Daru. Let's bring him on for Diogo as well. He's another young centre-back that we've got. Really good centre-backs we've got in this squad, but he's not had much game time. So I think in this game where we're 50 minutes away from going through to the next round, we can give him a bit of game time, as that's a huge save from Andre Luis. Did you see that? I mean, it wasn't that important because we're 3-0 up on aggregate, but that's the kind of saves he pulls off that other keepers just can't pull off. Looks like we've got a free kick towards the end of this game, which Clan is going to be taking, and Clan puts that into the top corner. What a fantastic free kick for Roman Clan. 4th of the season for him. Beautiful stuff, and it guarantees us through into the next round of the Europa League. So that was really, really good stuff. Real top corner there. Nice bit of curl on that. Fantastic to see. And that's it. We are through to the next round of the Europa League. I think it was a given anyway heading into this game. But obviously Banik were here on merit, so they're a very, very good team clearly and deserve to be here. And we had to be at our best to win it. As Ferraro into Trincao. Trincao makes it 3 to seal the game. Fantastic stuff. So there we go. Full time, 3-0 on the night, 5-0 on aggregate. Brilliant stuff. Passionately. Well done, lads. Good result for us. Carry this forward into the Bayern Munich game. Carry it forward into the Bayern Munich game. And why is my mouse not working? Again, let's rest all these players. We'll have to see how bad Karim Adeyemi's injury is. But if Trincao wants to keep scoring goals, he will stay in the first team. Anyway, £430,000 for winning that. through to the next round. Adeyemi out for 2 weeks with pulled ankle ligaments. Not too bad then, really. Brilliant then. That's fantastic stuff. So when's the draw for the next round? Do we know when that's going to be as Ferrari picks up a suspension, which obviously isn't very good for the next round of the Europa League. I can't see when it says the next round draw is. It doesn't say on there. Will it tell me on the calendar? No, it doesn't want to tell me on the calendar because it's today. Oh, fair enough. Okay, so teams varied as Liverpool, Man United, Maribor and Legia Warsaw. Okay, so obviously some teams that won their group in the Europa League are now going to be in this second knockout round. So teams like Man United have come through, Sevilla have come through, Fenerbahce have come through, Celtic have come through, like we said. So tough draw then, a tough draw. I'm still only really worried about Liverpool. Maybe Man United as well, actually, because they're always pretty good in Football Manager games. So let's draw the next team. Benfica, Sevilla, Leipzig. Okay, please be like Maribor. Please give us Maribor. That would be perfect. Maribor is who we want, and we're going to be given Celtic. Okay, no, I'm happy with Celtic. I mean, they won their group, so they're a decent side, obviously. But I think that's much easier than a Bayer Leverkusen, a Man United, a Liverpool, for example. I think we've had a nice draw there. So the Europa League is still on. I think we can still have a chance of winning the Europa League. Very excited about that. However, we do need to beat Bayern Munich now if we want to have any hope of winning the Bundesliga this season. So changes do need to be made heading into this Leipzig game. Buncevic is suspended, so he's going to have to come off for Garrett, who hasn't had much game time recently, as you can tell by his very low match sharpness there. He has played a few games this season, but only 4. So, not the best really. Adeyemi's got to come off for Trincao, obviously, because he is injured. And then we'll bring Huari onto the bench as well. He's that free transfer guy we signed earlier on this season. Got let go of Werder Bremen. Played very well actually for Werder Bremen last season. Perhaps should have a bit more a chance with us, but we've had Trincao playing very well and Adeyemi, so he's not really had the opportunity. We'll leave Aruda on. We'll leave Dorbel off. We'll take Murovski back on the pitch, and obviously we need to bring back Blažević on as well. Swap those two over. Brilliant stuff. That though is the team that I think will hopefully win this game against Bayern Munich. Let's give it a go. See what happens. Right, kickoff is upon us, the home game tonight. So we should have the home advantage and hopefully really take it to Bayern Munich and beat them, basically. That's what we need to do. We have to win today. And they're top of the table as it stands right now, clear of us by 6 points. And they've won every single game, at least in their last 5. So they're in great form as well. And it's a good little challenge there. We just about get that cleared out the back there. 15 minutes gone though, and it looks like a very cagey game. Only 2 shots in the entire game. Both of them coming to us though, which is quite nice. We're stopping Bayern Munich from shooting, but the lack of highlights is a little disconcerting. Let's go to positive and let's say get creative out there as we have a free kick, throw in, corner. None of them, apparently. Who knows what that was for? I don't know, but we are really struggling in this game, as are Bayern Munich, to be fair, so it's not too bad. But as we approach half-time, nothing happening in this first half whatsoever. If we can just score a goal early second half, that might be enough for us. Aggressively, let's avenge what happened last time we played Bayern Munich. Must have lost, obviously. I think we did lose 3-0 actually last time we played Bayern Munich, so that wasn't great. I remember that game. But the first highlight of the game, pretty much, not just the second half of the game, really, is Murovski gets a good interception in there as Blažević into Trincao. Trincao up to Rogler. It's a terrible ball, really, and Rogler trying to put the pressure on, but can't really do much with it as Bayern Munich look to build out from the back. And this is one of those kind of highlights where I just feel the goal is coming. What on earth was Harej Buncevic doing there? Or Garrett, sorry. Harej Buncevic is on the pitch. Harej wouldn't do that. Garrett, what on earth is he doing there? Just stood aside and let that man run through. Corner comes in, cleared by Blažević, and can we launch a counter-attack now as Aruda takes it into the Bayern Munich half, brought down, red card ref, red card, nothing, yellow card, you hate to see it. 60 minutes on the clock almost, and there's another highlight now. These highlights, because there's so few of them, they matter a lot as Ansu Fati gets it down to his midfield partners as they play it around the back by Munich and try and get it forward into our half now. Ansu Fati, who is absolutely fantastic for us in our Arsenal live stream series. So I'm probably streaming by now as well if you're watching this. So head over to watch me live stream over on twitch.tv/TomFM, playing with some Arsenal as Trincao loses the ball stupidly there. Bayern Munich coming forward. This is the goal. I can feel it coming. Andre Luis, another great save. Well done, lad. Keep it up. Keeping us in the game, isn't he, Andre? He's keeping us in the game. Little bit concerned about both our centre-backs being on yellow cards as a Bayern Munich look to come forward again. I think we need to make some changes out there, I must say. And I think we have to sort of take that risk that we did with Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think we need to go rather attacking as Morawski drags that one wide. Aruda's playing terribly. Let's get him on the pitch. Constantine, complete forward, on support. Let's go attacking and let's go work the ball into the box. Focus play down the wings. Specifically, confirm those. Trincão's played terribly. Huari, come on, lad. You've only had minimal chances this season. Let's do it now. Do it for me now, please. You know, I'm trusting you in a big game situation like this. Adeyemi's played terribly on a 6.3 rating. It's your time to shine now. I believe in you. I don't believe in him at all, actually. I really don't believe in him. If anything, I've regret my decision massively. Shouldn't have brought him on the pitch. And this will all end in tears now, won't it? As Clan, good interception there. Up to Constantine. Come on, the big double C. What a ball that is from... Oh, Rogler. That was a huge ball from Ferraro. And Rogler, if he got it on target, that was in the back of the net. If he got it on target, that was in the back of the net. 5 minutes to go. Very attacking. Get creative. I don't think there's much more I can really do at this stage. A 0-0 draw with Bayern Munich ordinarily is very, very good. But we had to win today. We had to win, and we've drawn it. We've dropped 5 points in the league today. And if we picked up all 5 of those points, or extra points, we'd be right on the tails of Bayern Munich. Level on points with them. And with Borussia Mönchengladbach, actually, as well. No, because they would have lost the points to us, wouldn't they? They wouldn't have. So, yeah. Could have been such a different story today. Now, with 10 games to go, we're not down and out of it. But at this stage, you can't really see Bayern Munich and Borussia Mönchengladbach dropping that many points to us with 10 games to go. So we've got to be properly on form, and they've got to lose some games. And I'm not sure they're going to do it. I mean, for us, we've got a relatively simple run-in, actually. So we've got Düsseldorf 16th, Hamburg in 18th, Hertha Berlin 10th, 17th, 9th, 14th, 13th, 15th, 5th Wolfsburg, and then Schalke, who are 4th. So the final 2 games of the season are difficult for us. But the other ones, hopefully not so much. Next episode, we will be back for the 2 Celtic games and the Hamburger game in the middle as well. So hopefully wins in that episode. So not long to go until that one. But fingers crossed, we just have a really good run in the end of the season. Get the points we need. Other teams slip up and we win the title, but it's out of our hands. We've got to rely on other teams slipping up. So thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, please do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.